Okay, so I've just uploaded, or I'm in the process of uploading video 12. I did say in the intro it was a video 11 because I lost track of, because it's been a little while. But so this is actually video 13 because video 12 is the one I'm uploading at the moment. So this is video 13, and this is a bit of the history of when I used to go. That bridge that I'm crossing in that video really is quite a significant part of my life, or homeless or otherwise actually, because I did use that bridge whilst I was living in the bed and breakfast at Mrs. Lawler's. But anyway, like I say, I used to go down there and sniff glue. I did it for many years. It's anybody's guess as to why I stayed sniffing glue. I've been doing it since I was younger than that, but I carried it on well into my 30s, into my late 30s, maybe even in my early 40s. I'm not sure now, to be quite honest. I think round about my late 30s is somewhere round about when I started to kick it into touch. But like I say, I didn't really, it wasn't a gateway thing for me to go on to harder drugs. I tried harder drugs throughout, periodically here and there, blah blah blah, whatever, but I never really got into them. As I say, alcohol really was my main thing. But for some reason, glue sniffing was a big part of my life for many years, and it was just something that psychologically at least, I really got addicted to. I would spend copious amounts of money on it and so forth. And like I say, when I think about it, some of the trips and weird experiences I had under that bridge at all times of day and night, it's a very, when I think about it and try to look back on it, it's just such a surreal, very bizarre time in my life, to be quite honest. Half the time, the experiences I had down there, which obviously, presumably, were mostly in my head. I say mostly because, even today, to be quite honest, I'm convinced that some things that might have occurred had some basis of reality to them in some way. I don't know. I don't know. I can't explain it. It's just really bizarre and very difficult to rationalise, to be quite honest. Just the most bizarre, weirdest experiences. Now, okay, yeah, you argue that, like, I'm under the influence of the fumes of Evo stick, or I forgot the other one. What was it called? Fix-a-Fix was another one. And both of those glues, the fumes, whatever was in it that influenced your brain cells and what have you. I mean, it really did mess with your head. Seriously did. I guess that's why it was really popular for a long time, back in the 80s particularly. I think maybe even slightly earlier than that. But either way, I know it's all down to the effect it was having on my brain, and then therefore on my senses and what I experienced. But sometimes, I can't. Human beings are far more than just flesh, blood, and bone, I believe. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily subscribe to any particular philosophy in terms of religion, necessarily. I don't. I'm not a strong faith on any of them either way, necessarily. But I do believe that there's much more to this existence than just, I believe in science. I love science, but like I say, I don't think that's got all the answers either. I think there's stuff that science will either never know, or maybe become to know at some point in the future. Who knows? But either way, like I say, for me, there's much more to it than just simple biology and stuff. Do you know what I mean? From my experience, and I'm just talking from my own personal experiences. I'm not saying that I know for certain or whatever. I don't. I'm just explaining it purely from my own point of view, and my own personal experiences and how they felt and how I experienced them. So like I say, to me, there's much more going on than than meets the eye sometimes in this life. But hey ho, that's just my view. Not saying I'm right. It might be just all in my head anyway. Do you know what I mean? Fair enough, it's all in my head. Do you know what I mean? It's just imagination or whatever. So anyway, God blimey, I'm making a long intro to this flipping video. I think it's because I just wanted to talk, and I think it's because of those experiences that when I just re-watched that video, and I didn't really give it the time and respectfulness that it deserved, really, when I think about it, considering, like I say, you know, for me it's had some profound effects on me down there, actually. It really has. You know, I know this is all sounding a little bit what, you know, whatever, do you know what I mean? I don't know what. I could only, like I say, express it from my own point of view. And you know, if people think I'm bonkers for it, fine, you know what I mean, whatever. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. At the end of the day, I think you got me bonkers to live in this flipping world. Anyway, like I say, I've waffled on enough, to be quite honest. This is one heck of a... In fact, this is longer than the video itself, actually. But, like I say, I just felt I needed to give it a bit more airtime on that, really, because now that I think about it and once I've re-watched it, yeah, there was a lot of stuff. Anyway, look, I am just going to be waffling, and I don't necessarily really want to go into a deep philosophical discussion necessarily, although I kind of started one, haven't I? Anyway, so yeah, this is a video about when I used to sniff glue down in that particular area and then that bridge. Okay, cheers, see you later.
Okay, another bit of what's the name, Paul Ashton history, if you like. You see here, right, where we are now, actually, I'll just give you a little bit of lowdown. This place is called Disbury. Yeah, it's quite an upmarket, you know, well-to-do area. You know, the big houses, big Victorian houses, maybe whatever, I don't know, maybe some of them older, I don't know, but it's a fairly well-to-do area, always has been, do you know what I mean? So, you know, it's middle class sort of area, and it's you know, it's just up the road from Withington, which is the working class end, if you like. Anyway, this all this overgrown stuff here, yeah, at one time wasn't here, like I say, and there was just a bit of a sort of an old fence, and it was broken somewhere around where this second bollard is. And before that green fencing went up as well, there used to be a way down there, and I used to go down there. And oh, in fact, actually, wait a minute, that second bollard, no, well, it was one of them two anyway. To be quite honest, it's changed a lot since then. But it was a disused railway at one time, and I used to go underneath this bridge. This is a bridge we're going across here now, yeah. And I used to go under that bridge. Even when I lived at Mr. and Mrs. Lawler's, I used to go under there. And afterwards as well, I went and became homeless, and I used to sniff glue down there. I did it for years. I just sniffed glue constantly. It was just a habit I got into, and you know, took a long time to shake off. Drinking as well, of course, I'd drink as well, but mostly I'd be sniffing glue down there and tripping, and I had some weird stuff go on down there, especially in my head particularly. But anyway, I notice I'm a bit wobbly with this camera at the minute, so I'm just pointing it forward for now, rather than try and keep it trained on myself. It's a bit awkward at the minute. I guess it's because I'm feeling tired as well. But anyway, just again out of point and interest, it's been disused railway for years, this. It's a bit awkward to see now, because that means I've got to lift the camera over the wall. And like I say, funny enough, I am starting to... It's quite a warm day, and I'm actually starting to get quite tired. I guess, mind you, I've been up since 4:30 this morning. Or 4 o'clock this morning, I should say. But anyway, they've now put... Oh, you might be able to see... Oh, maybe not. I don't know. See, down there, again, there's a place I used to go down there. And now they've actually put a tramway in there. There's now tram lines in there. So it's now they've used the old railway, what's the name, as a tram thing. I don't know where the actual tram station it is, where the tram station is though. Must be a bit further along. Because course, years and years ago, even before I came to live down here, that over there where the Slug and Lettuce is, that used to be the old train station. In fact, where that little inlet road is there, that used to be the old Victorian train station at one time, but it's obviously now a pub and car park. But yeah, so, you know, as I say, it used to be an old railway.